Hi everyone, it's Jessica, and today I'm going to share with you guys a huge drugstore makeup haul. I am so excited to share these items with you. If you've been watching my channel, you know that I've decluttered like 70% of my collection. If you haven't seen that video, I'll link it below. But that doesn't mean that I'm not going to still buy makeup, because of course this is my job to review products and share with you guys products that do and don't work for me and why. So of course I'm still going to be trying things out, getting new products, but what I'm trying to be better about is getting rid of products when I realize that they're not a good color for me, they're not a good fit for my skin tone, skin type, you know, whatever the reason is. I just want to be better about making my collection more dynamic, that I'm willing to get rid of things earlier than I typically do. So I am so excited to share these items with you, so let's go ahead and get into it. I think that I am wearing about half of the items I'm going to show you today on my face, so that way you can kind of see what they look like in action. So let's go ahead and start with one of my favorite foundations. This is the Revlon Color Stay Makeup. Now they have two types of this, and I don't mean like the whipped kind, which I also like, but just of the Color Stay liquid foundation they've got for normal to dry, and then they have combo and oily. I used to use the combo and oily one. However, I realized because it's for oily skin, it really dried my skin out. And I was like, well, I don't really have oily skin. So a few years ago, I tried the normal to dry, and I realized that this is the one that I love because it's for dry skin, it kind of has more of a satin finish instead of like a really matte dry finish. And it ends up working really well with my skin tone. I'm wearing it today, and I finally got a darker shade because I'd been wearing 150 Buff for a long time, and I've loved it because it's a very neutral color, almost gray tone. It's very odd. It's not yellow, it's not pink, it's right in between. And that's why I loved it. However, it was a little light for me, at least right now. So I ended up getting 200 Nude, and they've got a shade or two in between 150 and 200. However, that shade was really, really pink, and I have a yellow undertone, so it wouldn't have worked. And it actually, at least the one in the store I was in, was darker than 200 Nude. So keeping that in mind, I decided to get this one, and I really like the way it looks with my skin tone. I think it works really, really well. I am so excited to have this in my collection again. I also purchased a blush that I had in the past decluttered, and I decluttered it because the one I had glitter in it, and I hated it. This is the Milani Baked Blush, and it's in the shade Luminoso. Tons of people here on YouTube rave about this. And I never understood why, because the one I had yellow chunks of glitter, and it just looked horrible on my skin. But when I've seen recent swatches of this, it looks different than what I remembered, and I'm like, what in the world? Like, maybe that's why people liked it. Maybe I had a bad one, or maybe they reformulated it. So I was like, you know what? It was on sale. I bought it at a store near me called Meijer. It was on sale recently, so I was like, I'm just gonna try it again. It is the most beautiful peachy shade. It has shimmer for sure, but those glitters that I remembered being in it originally are no longer there. So I am so ecstatic. It is gorgeous. I'm wearing it today. I think it looks really nice if you have a fair skin tone, but it also looks nice and almost frosty if you have a deeper skin tone. So I love this, and these blushes really are amazing. They do have some that still have the glitter that I'm just like, no, I know I won't like it, so I just don't mess with. But this one is gorgeous. I also picked up this nail polish. I don't have a black nail polish, I realized. And my nail polish collection, I actually have it in one of these drawers here, and I don't have much. I've gotten rid of a lot, and I've just been really good about having one of each color that I would actually wear and nothing else. So I'm pretty proud of myself for how I've kept that decluttered. But I don't have a black one, and this Zoya one was there, and I know I've tried one Zoya polish, and I loved the formula. So it's in the shade Raven, and it just made me excited for Halloween. It's just a black, but it does have kind of a shimmer to it. So I'm excited to wear this. I think it'll be perfect, and I'm excited to try out the formula in another shade and see if I still like it. Another thing I bought is this Real Techniques brush. I have most of them. I haven't tried any of the Bold Metals collection because they're really expensive. But all the other ones I've tried, but this one I had, and this is their sculpting brush, and it's got this kind of, it's thinner than you would think, which I really like. So it's thin enough that you can actually like kind of sculpt out your cheekbone. I love this brush. You can really get exactly where you want to be, especially if you're just going to be doing your cheekbones. It's amazing, and these are typically right around $10. I think this one was right around $10. Another product that I had finally, it's always been in my collection, but the one I had was expired, is the Wet n Wild Color Icon Bronzer in Reserve Your Cabana. This was mentioned in my top 5 highlighters video where I just mentioned my 5 favorite drugstore highlighters and why. And so the one I show on there is my old one. I finally got rid of it because it does have SPF, and so there's an expiration date on it. I love this stuff. It is just this gorgeous, really almost creamy powder. And it's got this yellow tone, well, it's kind of yellow, but it just is this gorgeous highlight that's just glowy. It's not really shimmery at all. You almost, I mean, you can't really detect any shimmer, but it has just this boost of radiance that when you put it on, and I'm wearing it today, it's the only highlight I have on, it just completely lightens the area, but it also adds that glow that, you know, I feel like when people wear this, people look at them and they think like, do they just have dewy skin? Or, I mean, how are they doing that? And it's this. Because, you know, when it's a highlight, you can tell like, oh, they're wearing highlighter and that's why. But with this, it's almost undetectable. Now, of course, I'm wearing this with the Milani blush that also has shimmer to it too, so that adds to it. But this stuff is amazing. It's under $5. I think it's $3.99, and I will always have this in my collection. I love it so much. Another product I got, but it's almost a regret already, is this Maybelline Color Tattoo. Now, I love the color tattoos. I got the shade Creamy Beige, and I guess this is from their leather collection I'm just now seeing. I thought this Creamy Beige, just looking at it in here, well, now it looks dark on the camera. It looked to me in person almost like Painterly, the paint pot from MAC that's like a, just kind of a nude colored beige that I can put all over my lid as almost like a primer, but it covers up any discoloration. I was hoping to find a drugstore version. No, this is so much more brown and darker than I thought. It's still a beautiful color, but the way I use cream shadow, I probably won't use this shade. I will try, we'll see. But the formula is always great, and this one is no different. They're pretty blendable for what it is. The things I have left are all lip products, and I'm so excited about every single thing that I bought, and I've tried all of them out now. So, let's go. The first one is the one that I'm wearing on my lips. This one is, okay, I bought 3 of these. These are the Revlon Super Lustrous lipsticks. Now, this line of lipsticks has been out for decades, and they have so many shades and formulas. It's just like MAC, where they've got cream ones, matte ones, pearl ones. I feel like there's one more kind, but I actually have in my lip drawer here 4 other shades that I have that I love. I already own Pink in the Afternoon, Cherries in the Snow, Primrose, and Peach Me. They're all gorgeous shades, and I might do a video now that I have more. I might just do like a lip swatch review video because these lipsticks are amazing, and there's so many shades. So I bought Berry Hot, which is, or Berry Haute, however you would say it, which is the color I'm wearing on my lips right now. It's just this gorgeous, actually wearable purple. Like, it is purple, so like, don't fool yourself, because like when I put this on today, this is actually the first time I was wearing it, I was like, okay, this is actually a purple lipstick, but it's actually kind of wearable. So if you're not scared of that, then I would say it's got a pink shift to it where it doesn't look like bright purple, but again, it is purple, so keep that in mind. But I think it is absolutely beautiful and wearable, especially in the fall. I know we always talk about like berry tones in the fall, but I love that. It's one of my favorite things about fall is wearing those on my lips. So love this shade. These are so creamy, clearly really pigmented. The other one I got was, actually the last 2 I got are both from their matte line. And you kind of have to search. They don't have them separated by finish, so it's not like they have all the mattes. You have to just look in all of the different levels of lipsticks and see where the matte ones are. This one's a matte one in Pink Pout, and it's just this kind of light, warm-toned pink right there. And their matte ones are so gorgeous. They remind me of the Maybelline matte ones. They absolutely hold their own, and I think they've had these matte ones for a while now, and no one talks about them that much because it wasn't like a matte line or matte collection like everyone's coming out with now. They've just had them for a while. So it's absolutely beautiful. Again, crazy creamy, crazy pigmented. They're so comfortable on the lips. And then the last Revlon one I got is from their matte collection. It's in Stormy Pink. Now this one, I'll swatch it kind of next to that one. This one is a lot brighter of a pink. So you can see it's just, on camera it's not looking. This one has a way more of a blue or a cool tone to it, whereas this one's warm. And this one is brighter. On camera, like I said, it's not as stark of a difference, but in person, this one definitely is bright. So I would say if you know you don't like bright pink, but you do want a wearable pink, go with Pink Pout instead of Stormy Pink. But they're both beautiful. I love all of these. So another one that I found that I was like, I was losing my mind finding this. This is the NYC Expert Last lipstick. These are so cheap. They're like $2 or $3. And I had a bright pink one before that I got like in an influencer box, and I remember it was too bright pink and I was like, I'm never gonna wear this, so I got rid of it after a while. But the formula was amazing, and I kept meaning to go look at that line and see if there were any shades I actually would wear. Well, I finally looked. This one's in the shade 449 Creamy Mauve, and it is exactly that. It is this gorgeous, warm-toned mauve color. These are insanely, these are honestly even more pigmented than those, but this one has a little bit of a, kind of a sheen to it just because it's not necessarily a matte one. They had little stickers on some of these that said satin matte. So that's what this one was labeled as well. The sticker came off with the price tag, but so that's what they consider some of their shades. And it is, because it's matte, but it has that little bit of a satin quality to it. This is amazing. It looks amazing. If you don't have this and you're wanting like that trendy color that everyone's talking about, get this one because it's so cheap and it's so beautiful and the formula is amazing. And if you're looking for any other shade, look at this whole line, because I was like, okay, I'm already buying too many lipsticks, so I'm just gonna get one. But now I'm like, well, no, I wanna go back. So I don't know, but this shade is beautiful. The very last thing I will talk about is one that I'm really excited about. This is a Revlon Super Lustrous lip gloss, and it's in the shade Sky Pink. And in their setup of all of these, they had a sticker on this that said new shade. So, you know, because this is an older line, they're not really coming out with a ton of new ones, but every once in a while they are. This is a new shade, and when I saw it, I thought, this looks like Turkish Delight from NARS. So I put them to the test. Let me get it out here. Oh, I need to like oil that, geez. So I was like holding them next to each other. I'm like, okay, they're pretty close. They're a little bit off, like this one's a little warmer tone, but they're pretty close. So let's swatch them. This one is Turkish Delight, and this is the one that was like made famous. Kim Kardashian loved it a long time ago, so everyone bought it and lost their minds. And I mean, I have to admit, that's why I bought it. So it does, this is Turkish Delight right there. It has just a little bit of a pink tone to it, but it is kind of sheer. It's kind of a milky color, if you will. So then Revlon Sky Pink, I'm gonna put right next to it. Now this one, when I swatched it, it really is just cooler tone, but they're almost the same. So right here is Sky Pink, and right there is Turkish Delight. So you can see they're so close. They're both that milky light pink, but one is warm, one is cool. Would it be detectable on the lips? Doubtfully. I doubt you'd really be able to tell the difference. So I would consider these a pretty darn good dupe. You know, are they exactly? No, of course not, which that's how most dupes are. But just so you know, if you've always been wanting this, but you don't want to spend the money because it's pretty dumb expensive for what it is, and frankly, I don't think the formula is anything spectacular. I've never wanted to go buy more because I wasn't impressed. I would say the formulas are similar and the shades are definitely, and this formula, it's just kind of a lip gloss. Again, I don't think there's anything spectacular about the Revlon Super Lustrous lip glosses, but I think they have a nice shade range and they have a nice finish. And so if you're not picky about lip gloss, they don't feel overly sticky or overly thick. They're just kind of in between. So I thought the shade was absolutely gorgeous. Definitely try it out if you've been looking for one of those shades. So that was everything that I've bought recently at the drugstore. We're heading into fall, and I'm excited to see if any other new lines of from other brands are coming out. I'm definitely gonna check those out. If you enjoyed this, I can link my haul playlist below. I do a ton of them. I do Dollar Tree hauls on here. I do drugstore hauls pretty much once a month like this. I'll link my declutter playlist down there as well. If you're like, okay, I'm watching too many hauls, I need to watch some people get rid of some stuff, I can link that as well. But that is all for now. Subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys in my next one. Bye.